From Missouri to Munising, police officer shootings have captured headlines across the country over the past few weeks. ABC 10 senior reporter Mike Hoey sat down with a local agency to explore their guidelines for use of deadly force.
Wednesday was the calmest night in Ferguson, Missouri since August 9th, when 18-year-old Michael Brown was shot and killed by Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson. Witnesses say Brown was unarmed and had his hands in the air. Police have said Brown wrestled for Wilson's gun. A grand jury is hearing evidence to determine if Wilson will face a criminal indictment. Closer to home, Munising police officer Justin Schlebach won't face criminal charges for shooting and killing Timothy Mitchell in mid-July after a high-speed chase. The Marquette Police say they don't have a shoot-to-kill policy. Training helps inform the split-second decision of whether or not lethal force should be used in a dangerous situation, but they say since every situation is different, hard and fast rules are difficult to come by.
There's so many variables that could come up, but typically we, as a Marquette Police Department, would authorize the use of lethal force to protect oneself or another citizen from imminent bodily harm up to and including death.
Detective Captain Mike Wassey knows of several Marquette incidents in recent years in which lethal force could have been an option, but he says in each of those, officers were able to use other tactics. Tasers have become one of those tactics. The Marquette City Police were first issued these tasers in 2005. Prior to that, they did have times in their history when they did not have any intermediate steps between hand-to-hand combat and a firearm.
The use of a taser oftentimes limits the amount of injuries that could occur in a conflict.
They can also negate a size and strength difference between an officer and a suspect, but they're not foolproof. They can fail unexpectedly.
Lethal force is the last resort, and oftentimes officers will go even put themselves in more peril than they should in order to try to de-escalate a situation.
Some area residents have wondered why Officer Schlebach didn't use a taser in Munising Township. He didn't have one. The Munising Police Department does not issue tasers to its officers. Mike Hoey, ABC 10 and CW5 News Now.